what was the purpose of taking the glass and putting it on the chairs?
To break it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Well, that's my whole point.
Well,
He set this up.
He was trying to destroy
jump
whoever.
Off the ladder.
He was going to put whoever through the glass.
Well, how is he going to put them to? How are they going to go through the glass if he was?
There was somebody on there.
Thing was set up. It's like
there was somebody on there, and he does a swanton thing, and then
he moves out of the way.
Oh, they pulled him off. Okay,
he just didn't do it to do it.
All right,
but
but he really did do it just to do it.
Yeah,
but not in storyline sense.
Yeah,
but
the thing is just when you're that age, maybe you didn't do this, but I did do it, and a lot of people did it. It's like you're trying to show the audience how tough you are, and you get over with them by doing stupid like that. When Sting went through a glass pane in the corner, and that had to be sugar glass because he wasn't cut, and I doubt he'd be going through real glass.
Right.
So as we know, he's a real life daredevil, and one day it's gonna catch up with him.
Like right there, specifically, what if you cut an edge of the thing and you get your lacerated kid and you bleed out on national television?
Right. But that's what gets him over with the people, that he's taking that chance.
Well, this is, I wouldn't, if you're in charge there, Konnan, would you have let him do that spot?
No.
Okay. Because ultimately it's the responsibility of the person, because if something happened and it was green lighted by the person in charge.
Well, bro, I'll give you a good example.
Yeah, right.
We used to have this, he's still in the company, and I think you remember this because you spoke on it. We used to have this guy called Aerostar.
When he jumped off the...
Right. He would go as high as he could and jump off, and it would be the biggest pop of the night. It was incredible. And right. I always was watching it going, I hope nothing happens. I hope nothing happens. And then one day he wasn't caught right, and his face bounced off the floor, and it was all swollen. And he wanted to do it again when his face got better. And I was like, nah, bro, because if something happens to you, I'm going to have to live with that. And we took it out completely.
Right.
Well, here's a little news on it from Sports Illustrated. It says Sting did not want to go over, but everyone involved, including Tony Khan, were adamant that Sting win. Additionally, AEW had a Plan B finish ready to be executed following Darby's dangerous glass spot. The medical personnel was close by in anticipation of the spot and on high alert. Had Allin been unable to continue...
That's not good, because you're admitting there's a very good chance he's going to get injured in that spot. Yeah. Why even have him do it? But you got lucky. Nothing did happen. Just like I got lucky until the guy's face bounced off the floor, and I'm lucky he didn't go into a coma. It was really bad.
Because let me tell you the issue I have here, okay? And this is where the indie-rific philosophy has infested the mainstream televised product. He says they're doing that you'd only green light on indie shows where there wasn't a lot of discipline and everything, and they're taking all their indie, putting on a forum, on a platform where that doesn't belong. Like very high risk of things where you can get injured or killed, like on live television. There's really no place for that on that show, especially when with good wrestling and good character development and good vignettes and good storytelling, you absolutely do not need it. And I just say, I'm telling you,
on a show with good storytelling.
I've been saying it for a while. I'm going to be right about this. I'm going to be right about this. There's going to be a serious injury on live television, and it's probably going to be coming from AEW. Okay, because they're pushing the envelope too far. Oftentimes, you push the envelope, the envelope falls off.
I think part of that is WWE doesn't, and we do, and that might be attractive to their hardcore base.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't condone or endorse any of that because I've lose my credibility of constantly what I've been preaching for a long time. But
well, here's the follow up to that. Just so you know, it says Darby's spot was rehearsed earlier in the day than usual, and safety measures were used once it was decided that Allin.
How do you rehearse that with real glass?
And it says a stunt coordinator reportedly
people there. Go ask some of your sources how this went down. How
you could rehearse it.
Dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
It's like, right. Yeah.
That's totally an adrenaline rush type move. You do it once while you're full of adrenaline. That's it.
Yeah.
You practice going through real glass unless he did it through a sugar glass.
Well, it said there was a stunt coordinator who instructed him how to place the foreign objects and review the proper protocols. And ultimately, I think things went as planned. Yeah, they had a stunt coordinator.
How to put foreign objects? What are you talking about?
That's what it said in the article here. I guess how to correctly lay the glass on the chairs. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it overshadowed. I didn't see the match, but the fact that spot is overshadowing Sting's final match.
Yeah, the only thing that mattered in this match was Sting, anyways.
Right.
So he went through a table, off the stage. He went through they like power bombed him off a ladder and through a table. Like he wanted to go out. You know what I'm saying?
Like doing a death match in his final match.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't a death match for him? They were easy bumps, but for a 60-year-old guy who's had neck issues, he doesn't have to do any of that, and he did. That's why he's over. I just thought the Darby thing was unnecessary too. But
so how was the title of the three-way? I heard the storyline they were.
I thought that was stupid, bro. This is what they did. They had Adam Page tap out, and then the commentators are like, "Oh yeah, he's tapping out because he doesn't want Swerve to win."
And I heard they didn't really bring that up unless they told him like that was the story they're supposed to tell, but like you couldn't tell that from the way they were doing it. Yeah. Is that accurate?
Well, number one, how did the commentators know this? Did Page go, "Hey, I'm going to tap out and make sure you let everybody know"?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Number two, bro, this is what you wanted. This is the biggest prize in the business, and you're going to tap out. So another guy doesn't win. Shouldn't you be trying to win? Yeah. That was my problem with it, But it was a good match, Right. They did this thing where. What?
No, go ahead. Keep going. Well, I was going to say, this is like because like I read some of this stuff, like some of the narratives. There's like I read the pay-per-view report, right? And that was the narratives coming out of the pay-per-view that the announcers tried to tell. Oh, did he do it to cost him title? Well, if that was a narrative and that was the question, bro, that should have been the first thing that they addressed on the show. And Adam Page and Swerve should have had a verbal confrontation over this. Like, would you agree with that? If that was like that's a story you tried to tell. Like that was the question that the pay-per-view ended on. And episodic storytelling, you pick up that question the next show because that was the question that was asked. Now we ask that question. Okay, well, what was the deal there? You know what I'm saying?
And then to make sure that Swerve's getting over as a babyface, Flavor Flav, Prince Nana gave him his crown so he would use it, and he wouldn't use it. But I read somewhere that the first time he wrestled Page, he used the crown to win. So it's like, they also did a spot in Dynamite, which we'll get to, where Stewie Carmichael.
All right, yeah, we got that. We'll get to that.
Right. Okay. But I will say this. Did you see the entrance for Prince Nana?
On the pay-per-view or the show?
Yeah, the pay-per-view.
No.
He came out with some dancing girls, like doing his dance. It looked pretty cool, except that not that many people do the dance, except like 15 white boys doing it out of rhythm. Nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you want to go full-fledged here and give Page all the heel heat, he needs to beat out of Nana to get some, the thing, because Nana's over. That would get the crowd even more babyface towards Swerve, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.